Hello and welcome to a new video. This is a bittersweet video. I am done with this journal. I ran out of pages, so that means we could do a flip through of this gorgeous, gorgeous journal. This journal goes from August of 2019 to June of 2020, and I'm so sad to see this journal go. It's been with me for such a long time. And like, I'm gonna miss it because I've looked at this cover of this notebook for so many days of my life. And like, I love this notebook and I'm sad to see it go. So when you open up the page, the cover, you get to this. And I am not gonna be talking about any of these pages, for I've already done a flip through on this half before, so we're just gonna skip to the new half of the journal. So this is the technical cover page of this journal. It's one of those publication pages where it's like, well, you can see it's got like a fake Library of Congress publication data and like all that stuff, but it's like fake and it pertains to me, so you know. So here is my 2020 reading goal. When I first made this, I didn't know if I wanted to read 52 books, which is my overall goal on Goodreads, or if I wanted to read like 110 that I had put over here, but I made a 2-page spread just in case, and as of filming this, I am currently at 27 books. And in my new journal, I've transferred this exact page over, so I'll continue to fill it out. So then we have some of my favorite fan fictions of 2020, and I've just written down every fan fiction that I've read that I've thought is noteworthy, that I thought was great, that, you know, whatever I wanted. So like, I would have the name, the author, who the like fandom or character is, and then what type of thing it is. And in my new journal, I wrote down in the very, very side how many words it is, because I read a lot of fan fiction. We have some of my 2020 anticipated releases here, and I'm not that great at keeping up with releases. As you can see, I have a whole blank page over here, so I didn't include this page in my journal because it's useless and I don't use it. This is a spread all about booktubers and bookstagrammers and the people who have inspired my own channel, who I just look up to and who I think are great, and I want to make more of these. I haven't had the time, you know? And then here was my January TBR. I got to none of the books on this list. I got to one of the books on this list. And yeah. And this is right around the time where my Star Wars obsession was beginning to take off. It all happened in the beginning of December before The Rise of Skywalker came out, and then we just fell down a rabbit hole, and someone please give me a shovel. I need to get out. So here, the first book I read in 2020 was The Starless Sea, and I loved it. It was great. And then we moved on to The Winterwood, and you can't see the review because I wrote in a really light colored pen, which was stupid, and I don't feel like going back to fix it, so we're just moving on. We had the Magical Winter Edition readathon, and then we read Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince, and then we read Thornhill, and then we got to the Pondathon, and I failed. There were so many days where I didn't read. So, we failed, but that's okay, it's fine. And then we have these wonderful spreads of every thumbnail that I have for all my videos. I started doing this. I did this for my Bookmas videos, which none of them pertained to Bookmas at all. Whoopsies. But I like looking at my thumbnails. I have such a fun time making my thumbnails, and I'm very proud of my thumbnails, and so I wanted to look at them. I wanted to have them forever, even though I can see them on my channel. That's not the point. January was a blue theme, February was a purple theme, March was like a green theme. But yeah, it's really good. I really liked it. I like this, and I think I'm going to continue to do it in my next journal. Oh, then we read the Monsters of Verity duology. Ooh, I love this series. This duology, not this series. Then we get to The Mandalorian. I love this series. This goes back to the I need a shovel to get out of this Star Wars hole that I'm in. I really need a shovel or a spade. Either one, please. Just a pickaxe will work. Anything. I need to get out. I also decided to put movies and TV shows into my journal as well, because this is kind of like a mixed media, what I'm just into at the moment kind of journal. So I watched Triple Frontier, and then I watched Prospect on the same night. It was beautiful. I really enjoyed Triple Frontier. Catfish, bless his heart. Ezra, love him. And oof. Prospect is also one of the prettiest films I've seen in a long time. So there you go. Then we get to March, and I don't know where this picture came from. I know I copied it from somebody. I don't know where it came from. I also don't like how it looks, and I really want to tear it out, but like my March thumbnails are here, and I don't want to get rid of them. So there you go. Here in March is where I started using the Compile system. The Compile system was created by G from Book Roast, and it lets you rank your books in a orderly, more organized manner. Because before I used to just like have a feeling of like, ah, this book was a 3, or ah, this book was a 4. But now I have reasons why they're 3s or 4s. So there you go. Then we get to March is Honest, and this is where Mark and Ethan had challenged their viewers to do something for 30 days, and I was like, yeah, I'll finish the book I'm writing. I did not finish the book I was writing. It didn't happen at all. Jack Diddley did not happen. But I'm almost there. I'm at 47,587 words. Or I think I'm at more of that, because I have written a little bit. Am I close to being done? Oh, no. But I'm trying. I'm getting there. I promise I'm getting there. And then we get to the Magical Readathon for year 3. I had such a good time doing this. Why won't this come out? I had such a fun time making this. I love Harry Potter. Despite the recent tweets from J.K. Rowling. But yeah, I had such a fun time making this. Like, this is so much better than my last one that I made. And I wanted to be a curse breaker. It was so much fun. It was so fun. I love these little readathons. Here's my progress of tracking everything. And then I watched Kingsman, The Golden Circle. I love whiskey. Such a good movie. Really enjoyed it. Did not enjoy the ending, but I enjoyed everything else. And then I had stickers from Redbubble, and I was like, let's make a Hosier theme spread. And so we did. And I really enjoyed it. And then we read Carry On by Rainbow Rowell. This was our first book pick of the month for the book club that my best friend and I run, even though we're the only 2 people in the book club. Who knows how long this book club will last, honestly. And then then I watched Bloodsucking Bastards, and at first I really hated this movie, but as I look back on it, it's such a funny movie. If you ever need a movie to watch to kill time, this is the movie that you should watch, because it's stupid and gory. And Pedro Pascal is in it. and he's beautiful. Or you could watch The Great Wall. This also has top-notch humor. Storyline, not so great, but Pedro Pascal kind of makes up for it. And then quarantine happened, and I was like, I should finish all the books that I have started. And I finished 3 out of the 5 that I have going. Have I finished any of these? No, I have not. I have not finished any of them. And then April was a kind of like purple and white month. And that's kind of what I want my whole channel to be, purple and white. So that's what most of my thumbnails are going to be looking like from now on. So yeah. Oh, then we watched Rogue One. April 3rd. Listen, we can't talk about Rogue One for very long because I really dislike the ending. Actually, no, scratch that. I love the ending. It just makes me cry every time I think and or talk about it. So we have to move on. Then we're on to Then we move on to When Wishes Bleed, and I really enjoyed this book. And I know the second one is out. I don't know why I haven't gotten it yet. I'm just waiting for some reason. Then the stay-at-home reading rush. I failed this hardcore. I don't know what it is, but the reading rush, anytime I try to do the reading rush, it fails. Every single time it fails for me. And I don't know why, which is really sad. And then we get to Zero Repeat Forever, and this book has one of my favorite tropes of all time in it. Monsters taking care of humans when they definitely should not. I love this book so much, and I can't wait for the second one to come out in paperback. And then we get to An Enchantment of Ravens, which was my favorite fae book of all time. Which is my favorite fae book of all time. And then we get to one of my favorite series of all time, and that is Bring Me Their Hearts by Sarah Wolf. I love this series so much. It's great. It's about this girl who's had her heart stolen from her, and in order to get her own heart back, she has to steal the prince's heart, and it's phenomenal. I love this book so much. And I decided to mix it up and, give myself a black spread to work with, and I think this looks really cool. And then I read my favorite book of all time, Memoirs of a Monster Hunter by Josh Gates. And I love this man so much. I love Josh Gates. He's probably one of my favorite people on the planet. And then we read Wayward Son for our second book pick of the month book club book pick. That made no sense, but you know what I'm trying to say. And then I watched Havana Nights. Dirty Dancing Havana Nights. And this movie is phenomenal. I've watched this movie about 20 times this year. This movie is so good. I really enjoy this movie. It's not a phenomenal movie. Nothing like extraordinary happens. I just love this movie. It's good. The Cuban music, it's great. You felt a sudden urge for Cuban music? This movie is just good. It's great. I love it. I have to get my best friend to watch it. Hopefully by the time she sees this, we have watched it together. And if not, we are no longer friends. 10 years of friendship down the toilet because she hasn't watched this movie, okay? And then we read Every Hearted Doorway, and then we get to May. Clearly you can see I did a lot during May. I have made so many videos. So many videos. Just wow, look at all those videos. And then we move on to Howl's Moving Castle. I watched the movie after I read the book, and the book was so funny. I really enjoyed it. And the movie was beautiful. Specifically, I remember the confetti scene at the very beginning of the movie. The confetti looks amazing. And this Flower Mountain scene, beautiful, made me cry. 10 out of 10 would recommend. And then we get to, wait, is that true? Yeah. And then we get to the Olympic Games readathon, which I think by the time you see this will still be going on. I took the test. Apparently my godly parent is Demeter, which is funny because I've said it before. She is associated with like harvesting and wheat. And I'll die if I eat wheat. So I love irony. And then I watched Tangled, but this spread doesn't do it justice. This book, can't remember what happens in it. And then here, I tried to be more aesthetically pleasing with my, like, display of book reviews. I tried to go for, like, an aesthetics theme with, like, this, like, Pantone color thing. And I tried to do it. And then I also tried something different with, like, doing it sideways and having my review in, like, a box. And, like, you know, I just tried something different, and I don't like it. I'm still working on what I like about how and what I do with presenting my reviews. I have yet to find something that I really, really like. And then I read Even the Darkest Stars and All the Wandering Light. And because, you know, they're a duology, they get the same spread. And I kind of like how this looks. Like, I don't know, it looks very cohesive. And, like, the layout of the wording and the stars didn't really work. But, like, the blue and the, like, it kind of works, but it kind of doesn't. You see what I mean? I see what I mean. Yeah. And then we get to the last page of my journal, and I read The Unfair Folk by Sarah Wolf, and it was really good. And I really enjoyed this book, and I really want the next one. And then we have the last page of my journal, which I will zoom in for you. And it says, "So tell me, my dear, what have you learned this year? Enough to fill a book, and so I have." And I don't know where this quote is from. I know it's from someone else's journaling page book thing, which I'll link down below, but I just thought it was beautiful. I've had this end quote in all of my journals before, when I've ended them, because every year I learn enough to fill a book, and so I have. And it's just beautiful, and I love it a lot. And then, you know, some stickers at the end, and then that's it. That is the end of this journal, which makes me so sad because I love this journal. This journal's gone through so much. It went from being a blank silver notebook to having just this bibliotherapy sticker on it, and then it went to this Superman sticker, and then it just started to get more stickers and more stickers, and I'm gonna miss this journal very much because I love this journal so much. It's so, like, she's thick. She's been through 87 books with me. 87 books are crammed into this journal, along with a dozen other movies, TV shows, feelings, readathons. So much of my life is in this journal, and I'm so sad to see her go. You've been a good journal. Thank you for your service. You will be well cared for in the afterlife of journals. Thank you for your service, and thank you for watching. I hope you really enjoyed looking through the last half of this journal. If you'd like to see the first half, can you focus on, well, here. If you would like to see the first half of the journal, I will link it down below. Maybe I'll put it in the cards if I ever remember to do that. Yeah. Look out for the video where I set up my new reading journal and do a little flip through of that. And, yeah. Alright, thank you so much for watching. I will see you in my next video. Heart you. Bye!